They shove Nawadaroo in and the starter releases the field immediately. Mystery Miss back third last as they get going, and Mr. Elby the first to break the line from Boys Get Around Him, and Nawadaroo commencing well. And so's Mrs. Brown's Boy surging across now as they race into the back from Debilatio. Friar Fox camped in the middle is next. Then Settlers Creek getting back on the inside midfield with Maginica around them wider. A length or so behind them, Battle Talk, Mystery Miss, and then Lucky Raw with the grey Three Sun last. And so as they head down the back, passing the 1100 mark, Mrs. Brown's Boy has been allowed to roll clear and take up the pacemaker's role for Randy Tan. At the 1000, Mrs. Brown's Boy is the leader by a length over Nawadaroo. Then on the inside is Boys Get Around Him with Maginica continuing to press forward three deep. Debilatio getting a handy run is fifth, a length and a half away at the 800, Mr. Elby. Being closely followed by Friar Fox, who's sitting up on its outside centre field, trailed in turn by Battle Talk. Settlers Creek continues to lose ground, getting right back there with the cap catchers. Lucky Raw, Three Sun, and Mystery Miss is now last of all when they come to the home corner. 450 left to go. Mrs. Brown's Boy about to be taken on by Nawadaroo, who's coming up now on the outside to get on equal terms at the top of the straight. They're a length and a half now, two clear. They've quickened from Maginica. Friar Fox is starting to let down very well. Further back, Battle Talk and Mystery Miss still about four from the leader. Mrs. Brown's Boy at the 150. Shook off Nawadaroo, Maginica, Friar Fox, Battle Talk. Mrs. Brown's Boy giving. Mrs. Brown's Boy holds on. Battle Talk dives late. Oh, I don't think so. Mrs. Brown's Boy. Mrs. Brown's Boy over on the inside from Battle Talk when they'd reached the line. And Mystery Miss flew at them on the outside to be third in from Friar Fox, who's close up. Also Maginica. Nawadaroo got tired late. Then came Settlers Creek making up some headway. Followed by Debilatio. Boys Get Around Him and Mr. Elby. Lucky Raw and Three Sun was always at the tail. Number 4, Mrs. Brown's Boy has clung on for Randy Tan. Number 4, Mrs. Brown's Boy at $18.20 and $3.90. Clings on. Desperate finish. Battle Talk coming at it. So was Mystery Miss, who was virtually last at the 500. But Mrs. Brown's Boy has held sway. Tan held his nerve. And this has got the money, Mrs. Brown's Boy, by Discorsi from MG Brown, trained by Anne King, ridden by Randy Tan. Raced by Shane Ewing, Johnny King, Mrs. A.M. King and Den King. And that's career win number 7 from 38, Mrs. Brown's Boy, who's a real money spinner for the yard. Number 2, Battle Talk, will be second in by Passenger. Adam Durant, Peter Hall paying $3.20, and 11 Mystery Miss, who's by Animal Kingdom, Grant and Alana Williams, W. Pike, $1.70. So it was all the way for Mrs. Brown's Boy. Absorbed the pressure on the corner from Nawadaroo, who peaked up. And then down the outside, Battle Talk unleashing its run. And Mystery Miss much, much better this afternoon. 4-2-11. 8 Friar Fox has held fourth in front of Maginica. Half ahead and a short head of the margins in 1:38.99. The fifth event at 2:49 this afternoon sees 12 and 16 both out. Time to Trade and Showmanship. As we head out now, let's catch up with Brittany Taylor. She's with the Tan Man at the moment after doing it virtually from barrier to box on Mrs. Brown's Boy.
He did indeed, Darren. Randy, congratulations on the win. What was the plan going into the race? Was it to lead?
Not really. The plan was to get cover, but he jumped too well and he was a bit keen, so I just sort of let him slide a little bit, and he had a beautiful run and finish off well.
They are running into a bit of a breeze. How was that wind for you up front?
It's probably right at the moment that the wind dropped off a little bit and everything went my way.
It did seem to drop off just as you jumped. It was quite remarkable. This horse in the finish showed a lot of guts there. Did you think you always had enough to hang on?
I can only try my best and hope so at that point, but yeah, he did. So.
Well done on the win, Randy.
Thank you.
Anne King joins us now. Her team's on fire of late, and she's Mrs. Brown's Boy. He's been a wonderful horse.
He has, definitely. He has had a few problems with his feet, so I just want to mention my farrier, and I just want to thank him very much.
was a good, tough performance today, and he's hard to beat when he's out in front getting his own way.
Yeah, he's sort of not really a sit-and sprint horse. He just sort of needs to roll along. I think that suits him.
And he's been able to find a couple of wins this preparation, because before his last win, he was unlucky.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky, and just he battled on. So, yeah, it's great.
So you got him right where you want him at the moment, Anne.
Yeah, I have.
Could be a big day or a big week. Well, it has been a big week.
It has been a big week, and I can pay for my float now.
Well done, Anne.
Thank you.
There's Anne King. She does a wonderful job with her team, and Mrs. Brown's Boy, too good to lead all the way. Defeats Battle Talk and Mystery Miss. Both those horses were really good behind Mrs. Brown's Boy, but Mrs. Brown's Boy too strong, too tough, too good in race number 4.